Let's face it, intense human desires and needs place big demands on the planet. So I feel we have to ask and answer an essential and existential question. How can we live and enjoy life without squeezing the world out of shape? In other words, without making the planet unsuitable for human life, as we seem to be doing now. Or, to put it another way, how can I serve the next 7 generations when I'm not sure how I can make it to payday and take care of my family? Good question, Steve-O. I saw something the other day that answered that existential question in a way that I had never considered before. The way to keep squeezing, the way to keep from squeezing the planet out of shape, of course, is not just use less, but give back. This is the purpose of ayni, of sacred reciprocity. And actually, the natural flow of things, this happens all the time. The so-called waste of something is always nourishment for something else. Yet, humankind has been charged with an extra responsibility for the life and for our ability to reshape, not deshape, but reshape the planet. Yesterday, I saw a young mother walking with her even younger daughter, a girl of maybe 3 or 4. The little girl was absolutely enthralled with the day. Her little body was skipping along the sidewalk as she held her mother's hand. She was so in love with everything, and you could sense that everything was in love with her. And in that moment, I saw that even at that young age, that little girl, and all children, have the responsibility to enjoy themselves and share their love to shape creation. Love is their ayni. And they don't have to be asked to give it because it is their natural state. Joy expressed in such a powerful way keeps the world alive because the world responds in kind. We all know how much more we can do when we are in that kind of love. You could say a child's purpose is to receive, but through that receiving, ayni is given. An adult's role is to give, and through that giving, there is receiving. The little girl walking so happily with her mother and planet shows that receiving all that love from everything around her, I mean, you could really see a glow around her as the trees and everything else, even the sidewalk, responded to her bliss by loving her back. So her receiving all that love was likely equal to the greatest ayni possible. She was just as much in ceremony as any high priest, pope, or shaman, and probably even more. The rites of passage, so important for many indigenous cultures, shows youth they've earned the right and privilege to become part of the larger community's ayni. Of course, there are other obligations and expectations, but this joining of communal ayni is really one of the most profound steps into adulthood. A rite of passage signifies it's time to start giving back to the community and back to the planet. Of course, adults don't quit playing or experiencing love, and adults engage in child's play, at least this adult does. But when we can engage in a child's love, then we're really doing something. And when we consider that love is the strongest power in the universe, love is really the most peerless ayni. I imagine that when love is our ayni, we begin to experience things Richard Bach described in his book, Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah. As we travel, we literally do smash fewer bugs on our windshield, and we really don't have to stop for fuel as often, either for our vehicle or our body. Loaves and fishes takes many forms. Greater love, higher love, means we give more than we take now and for at least 7 generations. Realistically, though, we may want to concentrate on just the next generation or two. The prevailing logic behind this socio-cultural shift is that if we leave a better world for them, we'll probably create a better one for us. Peace and love. Thank you.